Ever held a jar of tomatoes that smelled like summer in the dead of winter? The Amish have, and they've been doing it the same way for generations. No chemicals, no shortcuts, just old hands, quiet kitchens, and a rhythm passed down by heart. In today's video, we're diving deep into the soul of Amish tomato canning. Not just how they do it, but why it matters. Stick around. This one's more than just food. The morning harvest and the stillness before the work. They wake early, before the heat, before the flies. The morning mist still clings to the tops of corn and the tomatoes shimmer with dew. Boots sink into soft dirt. The baskets? Already waiting. You don't need to be told what to do. If you've grown up Amish, the rhythm lives in your bones. Tomatoes are picked with both care and speed. Twist, pull, drop. Quiet chatter between sisters. Maybe a hymn whispered under breath. And it's back to the house. The kitchen already smells like vinegar and iron. Water boiling. Jars waiting. It ain't chaos. It's more like a calm storm rolling in. They know what's coming. Hours of work. Sticky hands. Sore backs. But also pride. When the stove never seems to cool down. You think summer's hot? Try standing by a wood-burning stove in July, with tomatoes bubbling in a massive kettle and steam fogging the windows. Amish kitchens turn into sweat boxes, but no one complains. You'd be surprised how focused everything gets. The youngest child washing lids, the oldest daughter slicing, grandmother stirring with a hand-carved spoon. That spoon's older than some of the kids, maybe even older than the house. It's hard work, yeah, but they wouldn't trade it. Not for microwaves, not for takeout. The heat, the smell, the work, it all becomes a part of the flavor. Jars, rings, and lids, the tools of seasoned life. Some jars are chipped, some lids slightly bent, but they still use them because waste isn't part of their world. Each jar has a story. Some are wedding gifts, others passed down. They're washed, boiled, and checked for cracks. If they ain't perfect, they're still useful. Just not for long-term stuff. Maybe they'll hold beans or homemade soap. Rings and lids are stored in drawers, sorted without labels, but everyone knows where they are. The old hands? They work fast. A twist here, a wipe there, click, seal, done. They don't fumble like we do. It's second nature. Tomatoes that don't make the cut still find a home. Not every tomato makes it to the jar. Some are bruised, others split from too much rain. But the Amish, they don't throw them out. They grind them, strain them, turn them into sauce or soup base. Some get fed to chickens, some tossed to compost. Nothing, and I mean nothing, gets wasted. Even the skins get dried sometimes, crushed into powder, used in broth. It's a kind of respect, really, for the work it took to grow them, for the land that gave them. Everything has a place, a second chance, a use. That one shelf that holds a family's winter promise. There's always that one shelf. You know the one, bottom left corner of the cellar. It holds the tomato jars. Just tomato, neatly stacked, labeled in pencil on masking tape. August 2025. And when December winds howl at the walls and the kids shiver under quilts, that shelf becomes a treasure chest, a kind of security, proof that summer was real. That effort in the heat paid off. One pop of the lid and dinner begins. Chili, stew, pasta, or maybe just a bowl of warm tomato soup and bread. That's enough. That's more than enough. No one teaches, but everyone learns. There's no textbook, no PowerPoint, no how-to guide taped on the wall. Just eyes watching hands, girls watching mothers, boys watching fathers haul crates. They learn by doing. You get corrected with a glance, encouraged with a nod. Your first batch might be messy. The jar seal's crooked, the tomato overcooked. But no one laughs, because everyone started like that. And over the years, you get better, faster, quieter, until one day, You're the one showing someone else how to do it. That's the Amish way. Quiet apprenticeship. No praise. Just presence. Sometimes they even make ketchup. Yes, even ketchup. But not the stuff you squeeze from a plastic bottle. Amish ketchup is tangy. Thicker. Spiced with cloves, cinnamon, vinegar, and sugar. It's boiled down slowly. Real slow. Until the kitchen smells like a late summer fair. Kids love it. Adults too. It's sweet but not fake. Rich but not heavy. Stored in small jars. Open sparingly. Serve with meatloaf or fried potatoes. Maybe on a cold night with just bread and cheese. It's ketchup, sure, but also something more. A reminder you don't need factories to make flavor. The tomato canning bee, when community gathers. Sometimes it ain't just one family. It's a whole group. Sisters, cousins, neighbors. They come together for what they call a canning bee. Everyone brings their own tomatoes. But the work, it's shared. One woman handles peeling. Another packs jars. Kids run around, laughing, sometimes helping, sometimes not. The kitchen's loud but warm. Full of movement. Full of joy. Jars stack up fast. Dozens. Sometimes hundreds. And when the last lid clicks, they sit. Coffee's poured. Pie is cut. Stories are swapped. The work becomes memory. And memory becomes legacy. The quiet joy of finishing a batch. When it's all done, the last jar sealed, the counters wiped, the baskets empty. There's a moment. It's not loud, not flashy, just a breath. Maybe someone smiles. Maybe someone stretches their back and says, "That'll do." And that's it. No celebration. No selfies. Just quiet satisfaction. You look at what you made, what you preserved, and you know it'll feed people. People you love. On days when gardens are buried in frost. That feeling? Hard to explain, but it's deep, real deep, like something you carry in your bones. Why we should learn from this, even if we ain't Amish. Look, maybe we don't live like the Amish. Maybe we got fridges, fast food, phones that buzz every 5 seconds. But maybe, just maybe, there's something here for us. In their slow ways, their careful hands, their respect for what's grown. Preserving tomatoes ain't just about food. It's about patience, about gratitude, about making something last. And in a world that burns through everything so fast, maybe that's exactly what we need. A jar of tomatoes, a piece of peace, a moment that tastes like home. Tomato peeling isn't just a chore, it's a ritual. Boil, blanch, slip the skins off, one by one. Simple, right? But to the Amish, it's more than that. It's almost rhythmic, like a slow dance with steam and sharp knives. The older women do it with grace. No wasted motion. Younger girls follow. They sit around the table, hands red and wet, telling stories about last winter or laughing about the neighbor's runaway cow. The room's warm, but not hot. Just enough to make your shirt stick. They peel without rush, without complaint. Every tomato treated like it matters. And it does. Each one becomes part of something bigger. That's the quiet magic of it. Vinegar, salt, sugar, the Amish pantry trinity. Some flavors just feel like home. The Amish don't rely on fancy ingredients or imported stuff from who knows where. They got their staples. Vinegar for tang, salt for preservation, sugar for balance. Simple things, but used just right, they transform the tomato, turn it from a soft, red fruit into something that lasts. A flavor that deepens with time, the kind that makes a soup feel full, or turns a stew into something you remember. They don't chase trends. Don't tweak for Instagram. Just stick to what works. What worked for generations. And somehow it's always good. Sometimes it goes wrong, and that's okay. Not every jar seals. Sometimes lids pop up, or bubbles form. Sometimes you open a jar in January and, well, it ain't pretty. Mold. A smell that makes you pull your head back fast. It happens, even to the experienced. even to grandma. And you know what? They don't throw a fit. They just shrug, toss the spoiled jar, and grab another one. That's life, they say. Some things keep, some don't. The trick is not to stop trying, not to let one spoiled jar ruin the whole shelf. And maybe that a lesson bigger than just food. The canning table tells a family story. In most Amish kitchens, there's a long table. Not fancy, maybe a bit stained from years of use, but it's sacred in its own quiet way. It's where tomatoes get sorted, where jars get filled, where lids get tightened, but also where babies nap in baskets, toddlers snack on leftover peels, and old stories get passed down like heirlooms. Every mark on that table means something. A hot jar once scorched that spot. That nick? From a knife slipping during apple season. That edge worn smooth from elbows. It's more than furniture. It's history, alive and still being written. Winter meals that start with a pop. Cold days. Frost on the windows. Snow pressing up against the door. And someone's hungry. You reach for a jar. Tomato, thick and dark. You open it. Pop. That sound, it's like music. The scent hits first. Bright, deep. Summer, trapped in glass. It goes into the pot. A little onion. Maybe some beef. Maybe not. Doesn't matter. Within minutes, the house warms with the smell of something old and comforting. No need for anything fancy. Just bread, maybe butter, and quiet thanks that someone, months ago, had the sense to save the sun in a jar. The Amish secret? They don't rush. You ever see them work? It's steady, not slow, not fast, just steady. They don't cut corners. Don't crank the heat to finish faster. They wait for the water to boil proper. They fill jars with just enough headspace. Wipe the rims like they were handling fine china. You ask why they're so careful, and they just say, that's how we do. But it's more than that. It's respect for the process, for the tomatoes, for the time it takes to do things right. We live in a rush world, but they don't. They don't hurry. And somehow, everything still gets done. Canning season feels like its own holiday. It's not on any calendar. No decorations, no cards. But when tomatoes ripen, the whole household shifts. Schedules change, chores rearranged. Everything revolves around the harvest. That first morning when baskets get dragged in, everyone knows it's canning time. There's a buzz, a focus, maybe even a little joy tucked inside all that hard work. It brings people together, gives purpose to otherwise ordinary days. And when it's done, it leaves a feeling like you've accomplished something real, something that matters, better than any store-bought gift or paper-wrapped holiday. The cellar's chill and the echo of generations. You walk down stone steps. It's damp, cool, smells like earth and history. Shelves run along the walls. Some wooden, some old metal, and the jars line up like soldiers. Neat, gleaming, full of reds and golds. Some dusty, others recently added, and you feel it, the years, the generations. You touch a jar and wonder, did great-grandma can this way? Probably. Maybe even on the same stove, with the same pot. You aren't just preserving food down here. You're preserving time, holding hands with the past, even if just for a moment. Canning isn't just for survival, it's for living. Some folks think canning is just about storing food, a backup plan, a way to survive when things go bad. But for the Amish, it's more than that. It's beauty, it's celebration, it's something to do together, a reason to slow down, a reminder that good things, real good things, take time. Sure, it feeds mouths, but also feeds souls, builds character, teaches patience, and brings people together in a way fast food never could. Every sealed jar is a small act of defiance against waste and speed and chaos. It's a quiet way of saying, we'll take care of our own. One jar, 100 possibilities. You look at a single tomato jar and think, just one meal. But the Amish see more. They see options. A base for stew, A splash in beans, a layer under meatloaf, a sauce for pasta, a quick soup. They don't waste. Don't overthink. They open a jar and go with the flow. Add a pinch of this, a scoop of that, and suddenly a modest jar becomes a feast. It's creativity born from limits. Magic made from simplicity. 100 possibilities in one tight sealed glass. All because someone cared enough to can it right. And that's the beauty of it. Tomatoes sealed in glass. A little piece of sunshine tucked away for colder days. The Amish? They ain't chasing trends. They're preserving tradition. One jar at a time. If this story warmed something in you, subscribe to the Rustic Pantry. We got more where that came from. Old wisdom, simple living, real food. Until next time, keep it slow, keep it honest, and keep your pantry rustic.